Thank you for the great introduction, Dr. Hunt. Good morning, everybody. My name is Alexander Dartnell, and I'm thrilled to have the chance to speak to you today. I'm currently a senior at St. Andrew's School, and I've been a student there since my freshman year in 2021. Today, I'd love to share some of the journey that has brought me here, along with some of the values and goals that keep driving me forward. I've always believed that we each have a unique story, and I look forward to sharing mine with you. Growing up, I lived in Greenwich, Connecticut, and my true passion was sports. I would spend hours on end playing with any ball I could get my hands or feet on. My first love was soccer, then tennis, then basketball, and finally, I found a sport called squash at age 8. For those of you who don't know squash, it is a fast-paced racket sport played by two players in a four-walled court, somewhat similar to racquetball. A squash match is best of 5 games, and each game goes to 11 points. I've always been a competitive person, and when I truly love something, it's hard for me to stop doing it. My coach suggested I sign up for a tournament, and I figured, why not? Tournaments were addictive, and I found myself playing one almost every weekend, much to my mom's dismay. She started keeping a tournament tracker like I was a part-time employee. I began competing in national events at age 10, starting off slowly but steadily making my way up the ranks. With each tournament, I gained more experience and skill, and over time, my efforts paid off. In 7th grade, I reached a ranking as high as the number 2 player under 13 in the country. When COVID hit, everything changed, especially for me as a squash player. Suddenly, I couldn't play or compete, and life felt like it was put on hold. Stuck in rural Connecticut, my family and I found ourselves growing restless with the quiet. I desperately tried to convert our mudroom into a squash court, but the front door didn't cut it. We turned our sights to sunny Florida, drawn by its warm weather and fewer COVID restrictions. We knew squash was basically non-existent in Florida, but there was a new facility being built by Coach Wael El-Hindi, a former top 10 player in the world and elite coach who started a program partnering with St. Andrews. We figured it was meant to be. Switching schools for the first time in my life, I thought entering my freshman year at St. Andrews would be very difficult. To my surprise, everybody was friendly and welcoming. I quickly learned the difficulty of remembering the names of faces with masks on them. Half the time, I was just smiling and hoping for the best. After about 3 months, I felt like St. Andrews was my second home, with excellent classes, a great group of friends, and a rapidly improving squash program. As an example of how welcoming St. Andrews has always been, take my father's story for example. He is of English and Welsh descent, but grew up in Tehran, Iran. In 1978, tides were turning in Iran, and it was becoming incredibly dangerous. My grandfather's business was seized during the revolution, and violence was flaring up left and right. My dad had to leave. His family's plan was to move to Florida, to find a temporary place to stay and go to school. They moved in November of 1979, and St. Andrews was quick to offer my dad a spot, even though they were full, and it was mid-semester. Not only are the students and faculty welcoming to all, but the administration has been incredibly understanding and flexible to the needs of others. St. Andrews recognized the adversity my father faced, acknowledged his intellect, and without any hesitation, welcomed him to the community. St. Andrews has always embodied resilience and support, as shown by my father's story and my own experience. The summer before my sophomore year, I went tubing on the Boca Raton Intercoastal. Attempting a backflip, I hit the water with a painful impact. My knee slammed into my mouth, proving I'm really good at creating new ways to injure myself. The roof of my mouth tore, my teeth shifted, and my front 2 teeth sank into the murky water. After rushing to the dentist, my bottom row of teeth were pried back into place, and I received stitches for my lower lip, where my teeth had cut through. For an agonizing year, I had 8 different dentists, and finally, I had my gum surgery and got my new teeth back. The break from squash was challenging, but it fueled my determination. By October of my sophomore year, with a gap between my teeth, I was back on the squash court. The St. Andrews squash team grew from 4 to 10 players, attracting talent from Canada, Egypt, and New York. Under Coach Weil's guidance, the team gained invaluable experience competing against professional players, significantly enhancing our practices. This training boosted my game and confidence, and by November, I achieved the #1 U.S. ranking for boys under 17. That winter, I represented Team USA at the British Junior Open, the tournament that determines junior world rankings. Despite being predicted to get 32nd and being one of the youngest participants at 15 years old, I found myself pulling off surprising victories. I defeated the under 17 world number 9 and number 2 to advance to the quarterfinals, winning back-to-back matches with a decisive 11-7 score in the deciding 5th game. In the quarterfinals, I came back from 2 games down to again win 11-7 in the deciding 5th game, solidifying my belief that 7 is my lucky number. My performance earned me the #4 world ranking for boys under 17. 2 months later, I capped off my sophomore season by winning the boys under 17 U.S. National Championship. I often miss classes for tournaments, but the teachers at St. Andrews are incredibly supportive and ensure I stay on track. They trust that I will complete my work, knowing that if I run into any trouble, I'll find my way to the math or writing lab to drop in for homework assistance or essay feedback. I consider the teachers in the math and writing labs to be my second parents, as I practically live there to catch up on missed material. If I spent any more time there, I'd probably have my name on the door. In my junior year, I took honors pre-calculus AB, taught by Dr. Lisa Weiner, who fostered a collaborative workspace among the class, and specifically my table of 4. Though we started as strangers, our shared pursuit of growth transformed our classroom into a warm, welcoming space, a family living room where everyone felt valued and connected. Dr. Weiner is the greatest teacher I could have asked for, and with her, I discovered my true passion for math. This honors pre-calculus AB class perfectly embodies the spirit of St. Andrews, a community where everyone strives for success together. At the beginning of my junior year, our squash team was talented and deep, and we knew we had something special going on. In high school squash matches, each team plays 7 players, and victory is awarded to the team that wins at least 4 of those matches. The previous February, at the high school team national championships in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, our team fell short in the semifinals to Haverford, a school in Pennsylvania. To those watching us play, a squash team from Florida was completely unfathomable. In just the second year of having a squash program, St. Andrews was already a top 3 team in the country. We gained Tiago Cabrejos, a fierce competitor from Lima, Peru, who joined us to elevate his game. From August to February, our training was fueled by strong chemistry and connection. We were laser focused on one goal: winning. In February, we began our national championship campaign, steamrolling our way through the first 2 rounds, leaving us in the semifinals once again, except this time, it was against Hotchkiss, a boarding school in Connecticut. Our first taste of real competition smelled like steak to $1. We showed grit, determination, and passion, leading to a 6-1 match win and a spot in the finals. We faced our toughest opponent, Brunswick, the best-known squash school in the country, located again in Connecticut, whose lineup included 5 Ivy League commits. Within the first hour, we were down 3 matches to 0, needing to win all 4 remaining matches. I secured a win at the top spot, followed by Ewan Harris and Adam El Khalibi, tying the match at 3 games apiece. In the deciding match, Tiago Cabrejos triumphed in a thrilling 5-game battle, sealing our 4-3 comeback victory. We, the St. Andrews Scots, were national champions. That is a big deal, especially considering it was only our 3rd year of having a program. We will remember that day with pride for the rest of our lives. This past week, I had the privilege of representing Team USA at the 99th British Junior Open in Birmingham, England. Competing in the under-19 category, I was predicted to get 16th out of 128 of the world's best players. I'm incredibly proud to have finished second. Becoming the first American to reach this milestone in history. This achievement places me among the top 2 junior squash players in the world as I head into my final year of junior squash, and I'm excited to continue making history for USA. Looking back at my high school experience, I can confidently say that I have no regrets. I'm currently committed to play squash next fall at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School. Where I will study finance and entrepreneurship. I'm certain that the rigorous courses at St. Andrews have thoroughly prepared me for the journey ahead. My school life, enriched by training under Coach YL and my amazing teammates, has been absolutely unforgettable. Together, we made history in the state of Florida, all thanks to the opportunities St. Andrews has provided us. Thank you for your time, and go Scots.